Hi, I'm Abby. This is Abby Matt Reads, and this beautiful library behind me is the George Peabody Library at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland, USA. And I absolutely love it, and I wish I could go there. All these libraries I pick, I just think I want to have a big checklist and just spend all my life visiting them. Anyway, this is my Christmas book haul. It's a bit late, but at least I've got around to it now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get on with the books. The first book I'm going to show you today is Kate Atkinson's Transcription. I was gifted this by my friend Rhiannon, and it's a spy novel, which is something I don't think I've ever read before, but it looks really good. It is about a young woman, an 18-year-old woman called Julia, who gets inducted into this world of espionage in an obscure part of MI5, kind of hunting down and watching British fascism or British fascists that are on the watch list, and she finds her work quite terrifying. And then 10 years later, she is a producer at the BBC, and certain figures come back into her life and change it all upside down. It sounds really exciting. I don't know why there's a flamingo on the cover, but I'm sure I'm going to find out. The second book I'm showing you, this side, is Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman's Good Omens. I know most of you have probably either heard of it or read it yourselves, but this is actually, I've borrowed this from my friend Stella, and I've been wanting to read it for years, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. It is about the end of the world. You probably all know what this is about. It is about the end of the world, and one angel and one, is it a demon? Both, yeah, one angel and one demon trying to kind of get this happening. The apocalypse is nigh. Fun will assure. The third book is a gift from Alex Black that I'm so happy to have received. I'll put her link down to her channel below. You should definitely check her out. She's an amazing booktuber. She works so bloody hard on her booktubing. It is insane. And this is The Unseen World by Liz Moore. And I have never heard of this book before, but it sounds amazing. That in Boston 1980, a girl called Ada is 12 years old. Her father is a kind of computer guy, a kind of computer science professor, and he's considered one of the best in his field. And he develops dementia later on, and his daughter is obviously devastated, but he leaves her a floppy disk, and within its coding are things about his life that she never knew would happen. I've heard that this is a very good book. It's one of Alex's favourites, and I know she's very picky about what books she gives 5 stars. So when I saw on Goodreads that she'd given this book 5 stars, I know it was going to be a good book. And I know that it's a very slow book, which me and Alex talked about how much we like slow books. I like all kind of paces of books, but slow books are good for me because I like just soaking up the kind of story bit by bit. And I know that there's a kind of virtual element to it, which can be off-putting for some people, but apparently like the emotions and the actual story itself carry itself through. So this is a book I can't wait to get to, and out of all of these books, it'll probably be the first one I pick up. This next book, The Things You Can Only See When You Slow Down by Hai-Min Sunim, is another gift from my friend Rhiannon from this Christmas. And it is, well, she knows that I am very into mindfulness, that it's really helping my mental health right now. And she decided to give me this beautiful book. It's illustrated. Let me just find you a page if I can. Yeah, it's got beautiful, like, oh, you can't really see. Oh, the balloons have gone invisible. That's amazing. Anyway, it is like about mindfulness. It's written by a Buddhist monk about how when you slow down and start to appreciate the present and take in everything in the present moment, then your life can improve and you will notice more around you. You'll notice the beauty of the world around you. And I really think I need to read a book like this right now. I'm in that kind of place where any little bit of help is good, and anything that can encourage me to keep going in this direction is definitely worth it. This next book is Horror Store by Grady Hendrix, and I've read all of Grady Hendrix's books apart from this one, and this is possibly the book that I am most excited about in this haul. Grady Hendrix kind of writes horror, but with a kind of amusing kind of twist to it. And this is about a shop that is kind of like IKEA, I'm guessing, in America, where kind of poltergeist activity starts taking place. I love the way this book is laid out as if it's like an IKEA catalogue. If you can see on the cover, it's got the kind of furniture and the kind of names for it and the prices and things, and it's kind of, the format of it is kind of like a catalogue, and it's like all Grady Hendrix's books are so unique and original and have this kind of tinge of like irony to them about normal horror books, and I can't wait to dive into this. And it's just a beautiful book, and I'm so glad I picked this up. This next book is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, and this is a book that has been very much hyped up on BookTube. I've heard nothing but good reviews about this. It is one of her adult books. I know she normally writes YA. I've read the Grisha trilogy. I wasn't that thrilled on that, but I did appreciate her writing style, and I hope it continues into this book. It is about, I think it's Alex, our protagonist. Yes, Alex Stern, who somehow got into Yale. She is the victim of an unsolved crime. She is a bit on the edge, and she's kind of tasked with looking at these secret societies within this college she is at, and somebody turns up dead, and she refuses to believe the explanation for that, in that she thinks that there are harder forces at work within these societies in this college, that there could be some kind of dark magic going on. As I said, I've heard nothing but good things about this book. I had to ask for it for Christmas, and I'm so glad I got it. This next book I'm showing you is The Doll Factory by Elizabeth McNeil. This is kind of historical fiction that I have heard such good things about online. And it is kind of set in Victorian times in London, about a woman who agrees to pose as a model for a pre-Raphaelite artist, and in exchange for the fact that he teaches her to paint. And as she learns to paint and carries into this artistic world, her world completely opens up, and it looks like such a rich tale, such a beautiful tale. And I absolutely love the cover as well. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's all a bit fuzzy. There we go. Look at that. Gorgeous cover. It's a gorgeous book, and I'm so glad I've got it. I absolutely love the cover of this next book too. This is in the Six Tudor Queens series by Alison Weir, and I love this series. I've read the first three. Obviously, they're based on all six wives of Henry VIII. So, of course, you had Catherine of Aragon first, then Anne Boleyn, then you had Jane Seymour. Now we are on Anna of Cleve, or Anne of Cleves, as we're taught in school. And this one is fascinating. I mean, I'm surprised it's such a big, large book, because so little I've actually heard of this queen. I know that the preconceptions in like Philippa Gregory novels, which are not always the best when it comes to historical accuracy, is that the king fell in love with her portrait and then found her to be very ugly when he met her. They didn't have a very long-lasting marriage, that she never bore him any children, but thankfully she was not executed like the others. And I think this is going to be a book that I really enjoy, and I'm going to really immerse myself in. And the last book I received this Christmas all that see-through is green, but obviously there's a green screen behind me, so that's not going to show. So I'll put a little picture at the top to help you see this book better. Is Margaret Atwood's The Testaments, which is a sequel to The Handmaid's Tale. And I haven't even read The Handmaid's Tale yet, but I do own it. And I'm hoping that next month or the month after, I will read them back to back. I have heard polarizing reviews on this. I know some people, like Alex Black, she wasn't too keen on this book. Other people, Rachel Marie, absolutely loved it. So I'm going to be interested as to how I feel about this book. I do feel sometimes when I read completely negative reviews, it clouds my judgment and makes me think that it should be awful. So I'm pretty glad that I've heard a few reviews to the contrary as well, and that I can make my own mind up about this book. So that is the end of my book haul. Thank you for watching. If you would like to buddy read any of these books with me, just please let me know. Let me know in the comments or hit me up on Twitter at AbbieMackReads. I have a Facebook page at facebook.com/AbbieMackReads. And if you like this video, please click the like button, and it would make a big deal to me if you subscribed, because I am stuck on subscribers at the moment. I know that's because I haven't been posting very consistently, but that is going to change now, and I'm so glad I've done this video. I feel great. I can finally read these books now without thinking, oh shit, I haven't done a haul on them yet. So thanks for watching. Bye.